What's up? It's a cautionary day. We have the FOMC meeting. Those decisions on potential rate cuts happens at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then, of course, we have that long-winded repetition, same words we've always heard about 30 minutes after that. So we are expecting some volatility today. Everybody get involved. Roll call right now. I want to see who's live in the chat. If you can hear this, make any acknowledgement in the live chat, whether it's numbers, symbols, emojis, something in there. Let's show some love to some engagement here. I want to see who's involved because you are the true OGs if you are here pre-stream. We're going to set a goal here too, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. And I'll tell you about what that goal is for a giveaway potentially today because we need to get on that. So big love to everybody. We got some signals watching for Bitcoin and altcoins. Are we in for a pretty big washout on altcoins? It's very, very possible. Is there a big sell the news kind of event coming up? Everybody, let's get involved. Let's get this retweeted. Let's get the vibes playing right now. And with that being said, everybody, let's vibe because yeah, market might be having a little bit of a consolidation right now, but hey, what is it really doing?
Pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. SEC and its policies rely on whatever Gary thinks. Bitcoin's a flight to quality. I heard that from Larry Fink. Every hour losing purchasing power on foolish out there. It's not our fault. Blame the coal. It's the political cowards. When it comes to gas, our purchasing power just got cut in half. I sit back and laugh, open my bag and fill it with stacks and sats. Bitcoin, pumping, altcoins, pumping. I've been preparing for this. Can't tell me nothing.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality. We are hearing from clients around the world.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as
Bitcoin, pump, altcoin, pump.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a
Can't
flight
nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin,
Are you
pump.
ready to dive into these charts? I'm ready. We got about 50 seconds. Everybody roll call, get involved, drop something in the live chat. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the show. If you're watching on Twitter, welcome to the show. Get involved in the live chat. Let's dive into it. We got some signal. Let's go. Bitcoin has been pushing up. Altcoins have been rallying. And right now, everybody's losing their mind because the price action is testing this previous range high. What does this mean? Is this done? Does this mean, oh my God, we're back down? We've crashed down to 103. You guys realize how ridiculous that sounds? And realize, yes, do we have a possibility to go lower? And I'm going to outline that today because there is a cautionary tale that we need to pay attention to. But as it stands right now, nothing is out of context with a bullish trend that we are in, even so far as if the price action even continues to move down to this 100,000, to down here to the 92,000, even all the way down here to 78 to $80,000. This would still be incredibly bullish when you zoom out on this chart and realize that this is just continuing this move to the upside all the way to where we're at now. I'm still watching for these targets to the upside here that are directly above us. But what does that mean right now when we're looking at everything going on in this market? I am super bullish still on the future of Bitcoin and altcoins, but there is some cautionary signals and levels that we need to pay attention to. So everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the show. If this is your first time here, my name's Kellam. Welcome to the BitLab Academy. We're going to bring you meaningful tools, content, resources, and of course, the best community in all of crypto. We don't have any trolls here. It's everybody here trying to figure out how we can better ourselves, how we can make sure we can dominate it in this market when we understand what's going on and understand that there are different things at play other than price just go up, and understanding that we are sitting here with the 3.6, over 3.6 trillion market cap, and everything is still looking relatively good. There's a little bit of a washout now, but that's okay. We're seeing a little bit of questionability on the price action of Bitcoin, but we just moved up above $100,000, all the way up to about 108. What is that? 108 to 108. Where's the highest? I'm looking right there. I'm looking right up here. OHLC, open, high, low, close. That means of each particular candle, about a little $108.3 thousand. And what we're doing right now is just testing this previous range high. What are the signals right now? What should we be paying attention to? I do want to shout out, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a goal that I set. It's a new function that we are able to do here on YouTube. If we, rather than picking a random day of the week, on any day that we get over 10 or more super chats, $5, and you can do super chats with questions, with coins that you want to see, specific TA, hey, this coin, let me know, do a super chat. And when the days we hit 10, we will draw from that day for all of you. It's two-part, of course. We will draw from that day for those of you that have come here and hit that retweet, hit that like button here on the Twitter live stream that we have. If you could be watching here on YouTube, that's fine. But head over to @KellyKellam, KELLYKELLAM, or @Academy BitLab for the BitLab Academy Twitter. Hit that retweet, hit that like button. And if we get over 10 super chats requesting any TA or questions, or even just gift, whatever it is, we will go ahead and do the giveaway drawing from that particular day. A caveat on that is, if we get we'll count any people that join the membership of the BitLab YouTube. We will add that to that total. So whether it's 10 joins to the membership, or 10 super chats, or 5 and 5, whatever it is, I just want to make sure we give it back. I do also want to shout out, for those of you that are BitLab members, Signals Lab members, or BitLab Academy members, we do, if you come over here to the BitLab Academy page, I did post another one of the, right here. Let's go to posts. Right here, you see for members, I did a members turbo TA this morning, covered quite a few coins in here. It's also in the Discord. It's also in the Signals Lab. So keep an eye out for that. If you are a member here on YouTube and you're looking for this, come over here to posts. It might say community. It'll be right there. And this is, as you can see, it's an unlisted link only for the people that can see that particular channel being a member. Same thing in Signals Lab and Discord. If you're in there, you get access to those. Now, we got to talk about some things here. That's not what I want to talk about. Right here, Bitcoin reserve bill in Ohio. People say, who cares about Ohio? But as I was talking with TJ about it this morning, this is big. The states in the US, especially when you consider Texas, California, New York, Florida, and even Ohio, have such large economies that they are actually bigger than some, nation states that could be announcing a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. So every one of these that moves forward pushes the narrative forward, the bullish narrative forward for stacking into Bitcoin. So we want to see more of this. Shout out again to Dennis Porter for all his work on that as well. Do want to shout out our buddy here, friend of the channel, Didi Taihutu, he was on the channel a couple times. I think it's been about a year since we've had him on. But he famously, his whole family, they're called the Bitcoin family because they sold their house and everything they owned back in 2017. And just understand this. We sold our $300,000 house in 2017 for 100 Bitcoin. We can buy back that same house, which today costs 400,000, or they can spend 4 of those Bitcoin to buy it back. If we would have held the $300,000 on our bank account from 2017, we would not be able to buy the house back now. And that is the difference between the dollars that you're holding and the Bitcoin that you could hopefully make sure that you're building strategies to stack more Bitcoin, because you can buy more with less with Bitcoin over time. And if you're holding dollars, you can buy less, and you need more of it to buy less of it also. So this is just a reminder of why we are doing this. So shout out to everybody that's here. By the way, we've been building such a wonderful community over this last 2 years now. We're coming up on 2 years in January, this channel being active. And we got so many of the OGs in the house. Drop OG in the live chat if you've been watching for more a year or more, because we've got such a wonderful community here, and I do appreciate all of you. It is holiday season, and I just want us all to remember to practice gratitude. Find what we do have in our lives. Find the strengths, the people, the love, the opportunities that are there. And sometimes that opportunity requires us to really take a hold of what our actions are each day. Because sometimes people wonder, why don't I have opportunities? And the truth is, maybe you're not seeing them. So shout out to every single one of you. Ryan Graves, can you look at Ondo, Render, and Near today? I'll try to look at all those. Of course, anybody that super chats those are going to take precedent. I tend to look at those. Remember, we do have a goal set today. And if we get 10 super chats or more, we are going to be drawing from all of those of you today. We'll draw from today's stream to pick a winner to do a giveaway. We're going to be doing that every day from here on out. So big love to everybody here. That's not what I want to look at. That's what we've already looked at. And this right here is very important. Coinbase Premium. Here we go. Coinbase Premium and Bitcoin divergence emerging. This is actually I would argue, a bullish thing. Despite Bitcoin's price rising in the past 2 weeks, the Coinbase Premium has declined. The Coinbase Premium, remember, Coinbase is very US focused. So when the premium means Bitcoin on Coinbase is trading a little bit more expensive than on other exchanges. That would be accounted for by having a lot of US based purchasing pressure in the market. So when the Coinbase Premium is declining, if this price surge has not been supported by the US-based demand, it could indicate underlying weakness in medium-term upward momentum. However, I would say beyond that, this also signals that we're starting to see demand globally start to outpace a little bit what we're seeing in the US. And we can understand that. On the Discover Crypto show prior to this, they were talking about one of the third largest miner now has emerged to be a Chinese car company. That is actually now second to it's Mara, and then I forget what the other one was, and then Kango. I can't remember the name of it. But the point being is here now we're starting to see a lot of demand globally. However, if the U.S. demand is starting to slow down, and we do have this FOMC meeting today, we could be in store for a little bit of a washout. That is why on today's thumbnail we have shakeout caution. Now, the shakeout could be something that's very quick. We could see a bear trap that comes down, washes people out, then launches, but we still need to be cognizant of the opportunity for the market to have a bigger pullback, because we haven't really had one since this date right here. We had the election. In fact, even these small pullbacks, that's not too small. It's 11%. That's, you can click, there we go. Let me click 17 times on TradingView for it to work. There we go. 9%. When we come back and we look at older, we look at the previous market cycles, I just want you to remember on the way up, post-halving, 34%, 35%, 40%, 41%. Will we be getting that this time? Is this just muted so far and it is yet to come, or is that just out of the picture for what we're going to see in this market? Now, I want you to notice also, we're going to be doing more TA at the end, but I got to sprinkle it in because some of you want the news, some of you want the TA, and I'm not really a news channel. We're not a news channel here, but we bring up some of the news stories and some of the charts to give us context of what's up. But we have to pay attention to this fairly large head and shoulders that we have right here. We have shoulder, head, shoulder. Now, if that's the case, are we in for a bit of a dump? We're going to dive back into that here in a little bit. Shout out to Big Hands Dan. Says, morning BitLab, $20 super chat from Sawtooth Hiker. I have my thoughts on levels. XTZ will top out this bull. You have any thoughts on Tezos? Get to me later. I'll get you for sure. We will put that in there. I'm going to bookmark that. We will look at Tezos in the TA section here in just a little bit. Now, continuing on, thank you for the super chat, Sawtooth Hiker. I appreciate it. And Atropine, yeah, we could definitely look at dog. I meant to do it yesterday and completely slipped my mind because we were running so fast. Now, continuing on, what do we see? If we're looking at the previous cycles, and what those levels could indicate about where we are at right now, let's understand that it's not going to be the same, but it's going to be something similar. And shout out to everybody that just piled in here. We have 740 people in the room. Big love to each and every one of you. We are looking here. 2017 is orange. We have 2020, which is the gray. And then, of course, where we're at right now. We've been pretty on pace, and we've been kind of consolidating a little bit sideways right here at this $100,000 mark. Now, these are overlaid with where the price would be if we kind of played out these similar fractals. Now, notice 2017 was a little slower than 2020, which is interesting, but they essentially ended up in the same-ish sort of spot. Similar things I think will happen this cycle. The question is going to be, how are we going to get there? We kind of came up into this first sort of level right in here, which is about that $109,000, $110,000 mark. The next level up will be up here in this zone, about $125,000. And the next level up is 153, and then way up here in the 220, 240 sort of range. But the point here isn't the exact levels that this is outlining. The point here is we're on track. However, as I just pointed out, we have not had any of the similar sort of pullbacks that we have seen in previous cycles with these pretty large washouts on the way up. Will we get it, or are they kind of lulling people into this super luxurious bull market right now with, we're not going to get those big pullbacks? Well, everybody thought that back here with 7 months, and we had these moves. I mean, this is, okay, get that off. We had these moves that were, let's see, that was 17%. This was roughly 22%. This was roughly, look at that, 25%. If you take it all the way to where that dip went, it's actually 30%. Similarly, right here, it's just shy of that, 29%. And then here again, 18%. Have we done the shakeouts necessary, or is this setting us up for a larger washout, which for me, where I'm really watching is if this does lose, if this is head and shoulders, and we measure from the top there to that neckline, and we measure this down like this, it's kind of interesting that this comes right into this zone where this previous range was $100,000 down into this $98,000 zone. Let's make sure that we are aware of that. As bullish as we are, there is a very real opportunity for price action if this does come in here, because this is going to shake people out. People are going to have this drop, and once it gets to here, they're going to sell only to have this rebound, or vice versa. So we need to be cognizant and careful with what's happening right now in price action. Again, everybody, I just want to welcome everybody into the show. Thank you. My name's Kelly Kellam. If this is your first time here, we're getting a lot of new people in the market coming in now. My name's Kelly, Director of BitLab Academy, part of the HIT Network team, which is Discover Crypto and Blockchain Basement. I am the TA and education outlet here, trying to make sure that you guys understand what's going on. So welcome to the family. Welcome to the stream. We got a lot of stuff to cover on a daily basis. I try to help make sure I can give you meaningful tools, content, resources, and obviously an unbiased look on the market so we can stay on the right side of the trend. Now, again, we do have a goal set today. For if we get 5 super chats for $5 or more, we will be randomly drawing to do a giveaway. And in order to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is come over here to this tweet right here, and I'll post it in the live chat here on YouTube. But also, if you are on Twitter, just retweet that tweet right there, hit that like button. That's how you enter. I just put it in the live chat. But if we get 5 super chats of $5 or more, 10 super chats of $5 or more, we will draw from today's participants there. Now, continuing on, remember, even with the chop outs, you cannot ignore this chart. Gold, 20 years to reach 33 billion. Okay, it took the Bitcoin ETF less than a year, the fastest growing ETF in history, and it's also, oh my God, it's almost double what we're seeing in gold. Took 22 years to do, or 20 years to do. The appetite is only just getting started. That's the thing that all of us have a hard time understanding. So when you see this, and if you experience this, where this comes down somewhere in this range, this is opportunity, understanding that this is taking place. This should not scare you if it does happen. I am a bull. I want this just to be here, maybe pull down into this range here, retest 100, maybe even come down over here into this zone down here, which I have drawn better on this chart right here, which is this top, all this support, this support, this support. You know, this would not be surprising to me if price came down here, lost this level. Let's put a little box right in this zone. This is a pretty hot topic zone, this 100,000, 99,000 up to about 101,000. If this comes down into the zone, which by the way, check this out, measuring from the top of this move, this head and shoulders dragging it down. Look, this is exactly the target, and this is a rising level of support. This is a horizontal level of support, previous resistance. Right in here, if this comes down to the zone and finds support and launches, great. Maybe that does work. If we do lose this, I'm watching for an opportunity back down here at about $92,000 to $94,000 as ultimately the short-term, very near-term, super bullish bounce case. So this is what we're paying attention to. If we lose that, then we need to pay attention to this right here. Where's it at? This CME futures gap that is still present. Let's go down to the daily. CME futures gap that is still present, $78,000 to $80,000. And on that note, notice in the very near term, let's put this on the 4-hour chart. Shout out Crypto Billy. By the way, everybody, we got Crypto Billy coming on the show on Friday. We're going to be talking some stuff. He is just a well of just absolute positivity. And he's got a really great thing that I was lucky enough to participate in a little bit. We're going to be talking about on the show on Friday. Let me give you some of the members. Hey, shout out Givers Gain, Crypto Billy, $49 super chat. So big love to you. Golly, I appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. And I can't wait to have you on the stream on Friday. Now, continuing on, I do want to just shout out here. We have that CME futures gap back here November 8th, but we also have this right here, which is not quite yet filled. It's kind of tapping into it, but this goes down here all the way to that $102,000 mark. Are we going to get a little bit of a washout into this zone? This is what we need to pay attention to right here. This is not bearish if this comes and fills this gap. Now, not everybody. A lot of people say, what the hell is a CME futures gap? This is Bitcoin, yes, but this is Bitcoin futures traded on the traditional market. Traditional markets close on Friday and they open on Sunday night. So what happens is over the weekend, say Friday close of the futures market, if the price moves higher than where it closed on Friday and open Sunday, you get these gaps. These gaps have about a 85 or so percent regularity of filling, meaning the price comes back, fills a gap, and then continues. So let's pay attention to this today. We have the FOMC this afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern time, about 2 hours from now. We get the data. There will be some price movement on that. And then we get the tone, whether it's hawkish or dovish, and what the plans are moving forward at about 2:30, which is the actual press conference with Jerome Powell speaking. So there's two things at play this afternoon. And when you consider what's going to happen, you just look to which has been fairly accurate, the CME FedWatch tool right here, cmegroup.com. You can just search CME FedWatch tool on Google, pull it up. We are currently at a 450 to 4.5 to 4.75. That's what this means. 450 to 475 interest rate. This right here is the expectation. 98.8% are expecting 425 to 450. That would be roughly a minimum of a 0.25% or 25 basis points reduction, basically rate cut, which could be positive for the market. So question's going to be, what is determined, and then what is the tonality in the conversation that follows that? So when we're looking at that, we understand bullishness, and we understand we could get a washout. We still have the FOMC decision this afternoon. I want you to realize there's so much data. Sometimes you just need to put it out on the 3-day chart. Mute everything here. Mute it. What's the trend? The trend is up. The trend is your friend. Even with a bit of a washout, even if this came down to test this level, 73, 74,000, that would still be bullish. That happens regularly. You see it here. Push up. Oh my God, it's ending. But where did it bounce? Right at the top. Okay. It pushed up. Oh my God, where did it bounce? Right at all of this chop here. Also, all these lows. Push up. Crashed. Oh my God, didn't think it was possible. But where did it bounce? Look at this. Right at this previous range top. So as scary as this might be, this would not be out of context for how bull markets operate. Now, I'm still of the opinion, because I'm a permabull, that it's more likely we're going to go up from here, but I cannot ignore that something could bring this price down back to this level, and we could still remain ultimately very bullish. But let's continue on. I want to get into the TA here in just a moment. And here we go. This is Quentin Francois also talking about this. I can't help but have the gut feeling that we'll see the following scenario soon. Bitcoin drops back to 85 to 90K. Altcoins drop 30 or more, 30+%. Bitcoin stabilizes, altcoins start pumping. So that's the question here. What we have seen recently is a little appetizer for a real alt season. We have not seen alt season. In fact, I'll prove it to you. If we come over here, we look at the others chart. Look at this. Okay, what is this relevant to? Well, let's zoom out. Let's go to the 3-day chart. Look at the macro. This is not even broken past previous range highs. This is everything minus the top 10. Now, who picks the top 10? The numbers pick the top 10. And it's ranked here on coinmarketcap.com or coingecko.com. And you can see ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on all the way down. These are ranked by how much money right here, the market cap, how much money is in that ecosystem. So when you take out Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, XRP, Solana, BNB, Dogecoin, USDC, Cardano, Tron, and you look at everything else, basically a real temperature gauge of what's going on in the alt market, this is not even broken past previous highs. Well, what happened last cycle? Well, here you go. Let's look at last cycle. Here's the previous range high of the others, pushed up into it. And what did we see? We see the price action consolidated a bit right here, scaring people. And in fact, look at this move. This right here, it's not something to be balked at. That is a, look at that, 30% move. And I'm measuring this from the top of this wick all the way down here. That is a 32% move, and then back up. And then look at this, another, come on, you can do it. That is another 23% move. And then even right here, from this top right here, all the way down, another 26% move. And then the rocket ship got lit, and we saw a massive move all the way from here. This is January 25th, all the way up here into May. Nice move there. So what we're seeing right now, I mean, let's take a look. Where are we at right now? Health check. You need to understand what's going on, what's happened previously, so you can make a course of action that really serves you this cycle. So we did. We got about 26%. Is this potentially setting up for further down? Maybe, but this is also a beautiful, currently, bull pennant on the altcoin market right in here. So we want to pay attention to what's happening here because it's doing what we've seen last cycle. I wouldn't be surprised to have this push up even into this previous range high and have a little bit more consolidation here before getting basically released and those bulls just run into the wild. So let's just pay attention to that. In fact, in addition to that, what if Bitcoin ranges here at 100, 99, 108, 102, 108, 110, and we just chop sideways all the way until the presidential inauguration? Because everybody's expecting that this Bitcoin strategic reserve for the U.S. is a given. It's not. Some of the way funding works might not be able to be executive order issued by Trump. We have to also see how these votes start to round up in the House and the Senate about if this is possible, because we might end up even pushing up into the zone and having something more cataclysmic after, if this is a buy the rumor, sell the news. But then the question also remains, what is China going to do? So everything is so bullish right now. Everybody's expecting all these things to play out. What if they don't? You just have to have that. I'm not trying to be a naysayer. I'm just saying, for me, the things I'm holding, I'm pretty much, if they dip, I'm stacking to those positions. I think we're nowhere near the top, and I'll show you why here in just a moment. We're going to dive into some TA here for the last 15 minutes. And by the way, let's see where we're at on our goal. I did see that Crypto Billy did do a $49 super chat. We also had one other $5 super chat from Alexandra G, and a $20 super chat from Sawtooth Hiker. So that's, let's see, 50, 70. Yeah, I think we're at that mark, because you guys got it over that mark. So we will be doing a giveaway today. And if you want to participate in that, we'll be doing it here in about 10 minutes. All you have to do is come over here to the BitLab Twitter, which is at Academy BitLab, or same one here. It's shared on both, at Kellam. And I'm going to copy this link and send it to you. Is this? Yeah, this is the right one. Boom, right here. Just go hit that retweet, hit that like button, and we'll do a giveaway. Where are you staking if shit drops? Where are you stacking? I'm stacking just in my portfolio. Yeah. What are you stacking? Well, you know, I mean, Chainlink, Ondo. I mean, we can go into it. Chainlink, Ondo, any of these. Dog, Aerodrome, Near, BitTensor, Render, Moonwall. I mean, any of these, I would basically look at where they are relative to each other, which one's not up as much as other ones, where the narrative is. It kind of depends on where we're at in the next couple of weeks, if that were to happen. But we're going to talk about all this and more. We talk about it in the BitLab as well. But I'm just as bullish as we are. I just want to preach a little bit of caution because we even have here Arthur Hayes. It's one of the main guys, one of the main founders for BitMEX. He said, is there a Trump dump coming? Arthur Hayes says the Trump hype train ends with the crash on January 20th. Is that something that could happen? Could. And this goes back to what we were talking about of if it kind of comes to light that maybe the strategic Bitcoin reserve isn't possible till next year or something, because everybody's pricing in that it is happening. I will say you are the first retweet I've ever done. Hey, John Boy, shout out to you. Big love to you. Everybody, we need 2 numbers, by the way, since we are doing the giveaway. I need 2 numbers so we can randomly draw. I don't know where my pen is. I had a pen. I need a pen. I had a pen. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's a toothbrush. Here it is. All right, I need 2 numbers. Any 2 numbers that are under 35, and we'll take those numbers to do the giveaway here in a little bit. Very, very cheap right now. All right, now continuing on, what do we got? Oh, we got a number 3. So we got a lot of 3s. So we're gonna do 3, and 42. Those are the numbers. That way we can randomly draw somebody from today's stream. Everybody get in there, retweet on head to there, retweet, because we are doing a giveaway today because you guys showing some love here in the super chats and memberships and stuff. So big love to everybody. Now, continuing on, I want to get into some TA here to wrap it out. Here's the top signal alert. Bitcoin funding rates is one of the most important indicators to look at. As you can see, Bitcoin still has an enormous amount of room to explode. We have not gotten super hype yet. In this case, we got a little hyped. But look, even at that case right here, we still held this regional level. While you were involved with this felt like the end of the world because it was going up $17,000, $18,000, both up and down. But when you zoom out, you go, oh, if this was a 5-minute chart, this was just, basically consolidation in an uptrend. So similarly, where we're at right now, look at the funding rates. Some of these washouts that we've recently have kind of brought the funding rates down. And this is a good thing. We're much healthier than expected right now, in my opinion. Now, the last thing I will share is social sentiment on Ethereum. ETH is at its most negative since December 18th, 2023, a classic bullish indicator. When everybody's talking shit, that's when things are actually probably setting up for the move. So I do think ETH has some ways to run. I think it's going to really blow people out of the water when it really starts to get going. But this is a 3-day chart. When we look at this on, for instance, the 4-hour chart, I talked about this again, everybody that's a BitLab member. If you're a Signals Lab member, by the way, the free traders group, it is up there in the top of the live chat there. It's pinned up there. It's also in the first comment there on the Twitter live stream. And it's also, I just want to shout out, I did the members stream here only for members, and if you're in Signals Lab, you get it. If you're in BitLab, you get it. If you're a member here on BitLab YouTube, you get it. Just come over here to community post. It's there. If you look over on Discord, it's in the Kelly Alpha channel. If you look on Signals Lab, it is in the community chat. I'm going to be posting these as regularly as possible. And I did break down this a bit on the morning deal here, but this is also looking, a little bearish. And we outlined this yesterday, rising broadening wedge. We said this is signaling likely, if it breaks this level, coming down to this zone. And it dipped right into this $3,800 level. If this does continue rolling over, I do expect this to test down, probably down here into the 37.65. And it wouldn't be so surprising if it even came down here to this basically 3,600, potentially even all the way down here to 3,500. Would that wreck you? Maybe if you're not paying attention, but we're all paying attention. So if this happens, if this drops from here all the way down here, this would probably spell massive pullbacks across the market. For instance, a good one that we talked about yesterday was Crow. Where's Crow at? Crow. I had it here. I promise. Motherfucker. CRO. It's too many damn tickers. I swear. Crow. That's not what I want to look at either. CRO. Crow. So when we're looking at Crow, I talked about this yesterday. This looks quite a bit like a Bart Simpson pattern. This looks quite a bit, boom, up, hairline, boom, back down. If that were to take place, is that taking place, or is there more of a, basically bull pennant? Everything is kind of at a razor's edge right now. So as bullish as we are, everybody wants to see this and go, everybody wants to see this and say the target is up here. And then they don't prepare themselves with the bearish potentiality. This is up here at 68 cents. Well, we're at 18 cents now. That would be a massive move up. That'd be another 200% move to the upside. However, you can also understand that this is look at this pretty massive decline in the momentum here, but also we have negative money flow. If this VWAP cannot round out and this momentum, like basically we lose this level, the two levels I'm really watching are right here, which is back at 15 cents, but then also doing a fib, option F from the top to the bottom. Look at that. So right in this zone, if we lose this, it's not only the 382, it's also the 382 fib, which is the most bullish pullback zone. If we lose this, which these two intersect, I do think we're going to potentially test 15, but also come back down to this 13 cent level. Now, what does that mean? Well, that is, okay, click it 17 times. There we go. That would be a 30% move, much like we just discussed. If we lose that, the next target down is down here it's a 42% move to the downside. So while we see the bullish target, make sure you are aware of this. And if you have dry powder on the sideline, you can set up a couple limit order or stop limit order buy orders in here to take advantage of if you get that move to the downside. And then what was the other one? Let me scroll back up. Boom. There's one XTZ. Yeah, that's right. So say right here, a lot of people super bullish on this. And we got, we have a bit of this sort of rising channel that is in here, but also with a basically head and shoulders pattern within it with a double top within that. A lot of bearishness trying to be shown. And as I have been talking about on this show, that we keep seeing these bearish setups, potential reversals that get people just committed enough to then reverse. So I'm still primed on that being a real possibility because we have the shoulder, we have the head, we have the shoulder, and we have, the bearishness here. If we lose this area, I'm watching for the price action, basically opportunity down here at about 40 cents, potentially down here to about 37 cents. Thank you for all you do, Professor, says M. Vino. Shout out for the super chat. I really appreciate you all helping keeping things going here, making sure our team and everybody on staff gets paid. You guys don't understand how much it really does help when you guys participate in that way, and I do appreciate it. So coming down in here, if we do lose this, I'm watching for a move all the way down in here, but I'm leaning more bullish and bearish. Even with these bullish signals, I'm watching for the fake outs for the reversal back up. But now we got to look at XTZ for the $20 super chat from our boy Manawalk, also $5 super chat. What up, Kelly? Plan on being in the studio next week. Trying for Monday, but maybe Thursday. Hope to see you, brother. Yeah, well, Thursdays, isn't that the day after Christmas, maybe? I can't remember. But I'm in the studio. I'm always here. XTZ, big love to you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, everybody, for participating here. And here we go. XTZ. Okay, got a bit of that trend line right there that is kind of breaking, but also head and shoulders. Man, I'm feeling like we have to be prepared for the bearishness, right? However, I'm feeling like the market is just trying to convince us of something that, so this is the zone I'm watching. Why? All of this chop right in here, and then this rejection, this support. If this does come down, let's do a fib, option F, bottom to top. Look where it's sitting, right on the 382. If we lose that, look where the golden pocket is, right in the bar that we just drew. So this would not be out of context for Tezos to come down here and take a move, and look at that. That's a 27%, 27% move to come back just to test this previous range low, which is also this golden pocket, which is also that highlighted area that we drew. If we lose that, then I do think we're coming a bit lower. But again, I'm watching for these false moves that come up, boom, 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 chop. That's what I feel like is going to happen. But I'm not ruling out the craziness of this world right now with all the different potential black swans on the horizon, especially from an outgoing administration that feels like they're trying to do everything they can to set the world up to hand over as big a mess as possible. I'm sorry if you don't agree with that, but that's what all the data is starting to show and how things are playing out there. So I am trying to prepare myself, prepare you all. If something like that happens, we need to watch for some downside targets. If this is able to hold this zone here and we don't get a pretty big washout, then we're watching for a move back up to 155 and then continuation up. But remember, we have negative money flow. We got a lot of bearishness. So I do think we're at minimum going to get a bit of a fake out. FOMC meeting is today. All right. So let's do the giveaway right now. And then we're going to throw it over to the blockchain basement. Let's see, 42 divided by 3 equals 14. All right. We got quite a bit of super chats today. Big love to everybody making the giveaway possible today. Number 14. So let's see how many people are actually participating. 22. Oh, 31. All right. You know what? I love you guys. And givers gain. Crypto Billy gave quite a bit. Sawtooth gave quite a bit. Manawalk's always in here giving. All of you, Alexander G. Let's do 2 giveaways today. So we'll do that. What was that, number 14? And then we'll also do, let's see where we're at right now. We'll also do, let's see. So we're at 31. So we'll do 3 view engagement. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, Chris Pfaff, you are one of the winners. So that's the 3 and then the 14. So we have one quote tweet, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The Death Man. I'm going to follow you. And I appreciate it. I'm going to follow every single one of you that help support. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow every single one of you that support the channel. Why the hell am I not following you? That is just stupid of me to not show some love back to each and every single one of you. Boom. You guys are participating. So let me participate back with you guys. Boom, boom. Oops. Coming back. Boom. So the Death Man, what was that, right? Where was it at? The Death Man. Where'd it go? There we go. Just taking a photo. Deathman and Chris Pfaff, big love to you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the patronage. Thank you for being in my family and making this a wonderful place to come together and talk crypto, talk life, talk empowerment, talk givers gain, talk about what matters in this world. I'm in this to help people. I'm in this to help myself. I'm in this to help you help yourself. I'm in this for you to help other people. That's what this is all about for me. I love you guys. Happy holidays. We're going to head over to the blockchain basement now. Let's go drop some positivity over there. Let's just drop some BitLab love there. That's all I got. Everybody, adios, muchachos.